live this time, or it just sits there. There we go. Fine. Yeah, now we're live. Awesome. Oh, I got the tater. I thought I had a good place, but then again, I was thinking. I bet you he probably English is not his first language. I may be incorrect on that, but ah, legendary is not a time for your batteries to go dead. I love that. Bye, bye, bye. That NSYNC is nuts with skill builds. Oh, like looking a dog straight in the eye. Okay. See him. you at? Oh, I seen a body up here in all white. And I thought it was you. And I was like, you didn't shoot? It's you. I didn't think you were back here in the woods. I got a Johnny number 5 pushing. There you go. Bitch. So that's one not to do in legendaries. Careful, you got 3 or 4 pushing you. Oh, they ran right past you. Awesome. There's 2 snipers up on top of the airplane, 2 purple snipers. Say it ain't so, Strokey. Come on, somebody else needs to shoot at that thing. Yeah, the sniper's got a beat on me. Damn it. I'm clear over here. I flanked him, and I was shooting him, but I need somebody to draw fire. It'll come back for her. Yep. And he already threw his stuff out there. Yeah, then we got the helicopters that'll come out. I know. Running that glass cannon, aren't you? Get pushed, get pushed, get pushed hard. Come on, Strokey, get back in here. Bruce, motherfucker! Man, we do not need his ass in here fucking this up. Now he's got me. Yes. I may need your help voting him out. Hoopmon is going to get you up. It spawned him way up front. And he wasn't doing much retreat back. Just get me up so I can retreat back if you can. Can you get me up, please? You're right on my body, pet. Yeah, you're standing right on me. There you go, there's the vote. Yes, yes. I did not invite him in here. This chest up here. Who else we got out here? I'm seeing who's out here. Graybeard's doing title pacing. Jacob's in Operation Dark Horse. Sus McDuke. Sniper got me. Yep, there's a yellow sniper up there. Second log up. I don't. That's why I don't use the drones. Carl, you need to learn how to shoot protected fire like this. That was complete rainbow junk. No, she'll be happy because she knows that's one more person that'll give it to her when the next time. down over here. Okay. Yeah, we went. Booze jumped in almost right after you left, and he spawned in ahead of us and died, and I booted him. I'm not dealing with that today. Yep. He probably already has one. I he's done legendaries. He just can't do them with me. I don't know why. He gets in a party with me and dies all the time. I would assume so. Whose build are you looking at? and tell me it's a stupid EPS build. Our 18 guy keeps going to go out there and get himself killed. He's our heavy guy. I'm out of ammo. You got to be back with nothing going on. By the way, I'm streaming if you want to watch us. See if you see anything I don't see. YouTube? So yeah, you made me a liar. The subheading is run a legendary with strokee. Yeah, yeah. No, she said I've been cooking dinner for 2 hours. Get your ass down there. And you were like, yes, ma'am. I know what happened. Bear knows the real deal. You don't think if Terry calls up right now and says, "Get your ass over here, I ain't dropping this thing on the ground and gone." That ain't gonna happen, but hey, I'm just I'm just letting you guys know your priorities, even though she don't believe it. She always says, rather play with those idiots. You haven't got a clue, baby. You don't got a clue. So doing the slice of the pie, see here? Anybody watching at home? All zero of you? I don't think it can hear your voice, and it don't pick up the gameplay or your voice. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. It does. It sees that you're talking, but it can't hear you. Yeah, it's the Elgato. How the Elgato picks it up and it transposes it back to YouTube. It's kind of wonky, and I haven't perfected that. So that's why I got to kind of overly talk right now because it's the only thing anybody hears when they're following the stream. You hear my voice in the gameplay because you're in the group chat. Oh. Oh, come on, no! Oh, I hate when it does that. You're right in the middle, buddy. Not a good place to die at all. Look at that in cover fire. That's textbooks there. Look at that. What do you think of that stroke? I've got suppressive fire for you guys. See, this is what I never get. When I go up there to heal somebody, nobody ever does suppression fire to keep the people from brushing us. They always just look around. I'm reloading. I'm getting more ammo. Were you out? No, well, I was going to run out. No, you run your ass out to cover your teammate. Put every last bullet down range. I'ma heal up, buddy. Quit running around with no health on. Almost there. I believe in magic. I believe in love. Oh, 20% incoming repair. That's what I'm talking about. Who's that? Okay. Y'all ready? Nope. Ed, did you know? Nobody got a healer build on? That would really help. Look at this dude. He's just sitting in the corner. He ain't doing damn shit. Better get to freaking working. Sit up here at the top. Well, everybody's up at the front. Who's going to call it out? You're the first one to see it. Well, that you're the first person who saw it. You know, Carl's winner. You you don't face the wall like he was doing. He was facing the wall. Like you can't see me, dude. Yeah, but still, you don't face the wall. Check out DJSAS or Shadow Gaming. That'll tell you where everything is. You don't want to jump around from vendor to vendor. I wanted to do. Hold on. Before we go anywhere, let me put my helo build on. You guys want to put a DPS on the best? Yeah, but I want to make sure I got the right one. Shit. Yes, off here. I don't have the right stuff on here. You got a healer build? No, motherfuckers. I'm in the middle of the switching builds. I don't make no fucking sense. Get in the damn door. No, I can't. No, I'm aware of that, okay? No, I'm completely fucking useless. Quit fucking getting me up. Stop! No, I want wipe. I'm completely useless. Getting me up doesn't make no damn sense. They caught me halfway in the middle of the build. I can't not heal, and I can't do any DPS. Run out and die, please. Bull. Thank you. You can't kick them when you're on the final boss. We gotta wait till they get fed up and leave. I guess I can just start jumping over the wall every time and piss them off to where they leave. what shit around. Don't tell me they did it again. I'll solve this shit. You guys want to be a dumbasses? I'll show you how to be dumbasses. Because I can't kick him. I can't. I already got Strokee in here ready to go in. She got booted because her internet went out. So I just gotta wait till one of these guys, Carl leaves. I can't. Okay. Yep. I got. Thanks. You mean your stream? Oh, I bet you I donated that. And I don't have the materials to craft it. Yep. That's what I did. Yeah, I donated that to another character. That's what I did. I can run it that way, but I can't run it this way. So how'd you like that? Somebody said, you know where all those things were? You didn't need to jump over there. That was nice. He's a loyal sub, though, and he's a good player. So who, me? I wasn't talking. Pitt, are you in, Pitt? Are you playing? Oh, okay. I only see 3 turrets up there. Okay. Somewhere in the back of the boat. Oh, they're jumping. Shit. Damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. for patience, man. One of the machine guns getting me. Just stand up there. Just he don't care now. He don't have his legendary, or he has his legendary, and he don't give a shit. Just standing there. Look at him down there. Got a medic over here. Purple medic. Left side, right side, going to the middle. All over him. It's all your fault, Strokey. Oh, we finally got through. Yeah, you were internet kicking. We wouldn't have had that problem if you would have been in there. All right, Phyllis, we got through it. Do you see how slow usually they must have did something to the healer build. Did you see how slow my hive was coming back? It was going real slow. Sorry, I need beds again. That way you need it. Well, then we have to do the raid, not legendary. You have to work on like 6 builds for that thing. A good DPS build would be a good DPS build will get you through. You want one of those, do you? Like some, like something like that. Yeah, that was quite a shock to get on there and going, okay, what did I do wrong? Didn't do anything wrong. They nerfed the stuff again. Well, I think I'm finally going to throw in the Joker here and just take a break. Joe, how many pieces of purple did you get? None on legendary there, Joe. Jock. No legendary here. I mean, no purple gear. Somebody needs to go to sleep. Get punch drunk. So 452 levels that I can use on that character. It's usually 2 mics working together. So what do you want to do, Stroke? Well, you can jump in with this guy again, then I'll leave and switch characters and get somebody else back in here for a fourth. If he jumped out, so it doesn't matter. I don't have to hold that. Thought maybe he was going to stick around. Okay. So we have Carl went to take a shower. Might have kept streaming while we're. That's pretty good. Then strokee. Looks like B Mars is on there. So 20 days on that account, 80 days on that account, 25 days on that account, and 15 days on that account. 140 days plus. I think I'm up to like 3,500 hours played, something crazy like that. I told you I was going to switch characters since he left. Huh? That's awesome. They were just laying there. Awesome. I don't know. I don't know how that worked. Oh, don't. That was pretty funny that you were like, "Hey, you're not supposed to jump over the wall," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know. That was the whole point." He wouldn't let me switch to healer build. He kept starting to engage in the thing, so I couldn't switch because nobody would go to healer build, and I can't kick him. So at that point, I was trying to piss him off enough that he would leave or quit. No, I finally was able to just get back to the White House after we wiped that time. You went to the shower, we wiped. I went straight back to the White House, and they started without me. But at that point, it didn't affect me because I was in the White House. No, we were successful in completing it, but I was once we wiped, I was able to immediately go back to the White House and switch my builds there without him dragging me into where I couldn't. Once I was in the White House, I was safe to change my modes, even if he engaged. Little trick. And again, that's the for all the which is Damon, which is a guy I helped before, is watching. I think Strokee's watching. I'm actually watching myself over here, and then I think you're the fourth person watching. So I'm talking to everybody that's in here. So, and Damon isn't even 30th level, so he's clueless on that. No offense, Damon. But with that said, uh, jumping in there and trying to get people to have a mic when they play these big things make a big difference. Now, I think the 24 something guy, just by his name being slightly Hispanic looking, he might not have been able to speak English if he joined the chat. So he might have known better and said, Spanglish. I got a few great mods. I got a few great mods, but other than that, I didn't get much. So what? Yeah, you should have joined. Wow, you're really echoing. Um, should have joined Strokey. Her name is Strokey. Yeah, it's 10:30. I probably need to get off here for the night. Strokey's going to run another legendary. She lost her internet, so she needs to run through that again. Yeah, she's there. Yeah, Strokey's membership in the clan goes way back, multiple times actually. Uh, yeah, back in the day, I met her. It's probably been at least over a year ago, and every time I would get picked on in the dark zone, which pretty much all the time because I went in there pretty much solo. If somebody was being a dick and farming somebody, I would say, "Hey, Strokey, how about all you guys?" Because she really liked the DZ back then, and I would say, "Hey, Strokey, why don't you jump in here?" And this is Division Two, about a year ago. Back when I was running 6-piece aces. That tells you how long ago that was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's back when aces gave everybody else in your group double damage. It was awesome for everybody except the guy running aces because you had to run 6-piece green gear, which you had no. And back then it was about stacking reds and blues, and so you want as many red, 770 build, stuff like that. And well, not so much the shield back then. I don't know why, but it wasn't the meta. But it was just DPS and yeah, yeah. But the armor was more yeah. And anyway, oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah, yeah. So, and then when TU7 came out, it reduced the green sets. You only needed 4 of the 6 to get max, and then they also at that point that was September last year, and then at that point they also not really actually. So year 2 is when everything changed from the you have to have blues for things to get. So your talents had to have so many reds to work. So a certain talent had to have 7 reds for it to engage. And once you had that, you were fine. Yeah. So once you had 7 builds, 7 reds, then that talent would kick off. So you could have skill talents kicking off. You could have if you just had the right all these colors right. So there was a strict way to have those, but when you ran aces up till TU7, which is September, so from May to September, when you ran aces, and for the first 2 or 3 months, the only way to get aces was in the raid. You couldn't get every piece had to come from the raid, and so few people wanted to run tip the spear or run aces that they would give the shit away. And most of them had it. They were like, so I was like, yeah, I'll run aces. I'm a sniper kind of dude. So they would drop me the aces stuff every time I jumped in there. So I had pretty good aces. Well, the good thing is you need at least one ace guy in your group. So I got called into a lot of groups. It was like, fires, grab your aces, let's go. So I ran aces a lot, even in the dark zone. Well, I could one-shot people like crazy, but then they would chase me down and hunt me like a dog. That's when I would call Strokey and say, hey, you and your DZ people that like shooting people, I got a bunch of people picking on me. And I shot them, and now they pissed it off. So then Strokey would jump into DZ, and I would. But she's not so much the DZ person anymore. So back then she would be like, yeah, you need to work on this. Hey, you need to work on that. Hey, you need to work on this. And then TU7 TU7 is when things really changed, and that's when my knowledge went through the roof because now it was really different. And you had main gear, you had new sets, and at that point, now I'm at an even playing level, if not ahead of people, because now, yeah, TU7 was the best. TU7 was the best update ever. it reduced the green sets to where you could play in. It introduced named gear. It introduced things like Perfect Unbreakable. All the perfects came in. Everything was there. We still had all the talents on everything, but the problem is all the talents were on everything. And the devs had no idea that all the great stuff that we could create. So we were running, if you go through my videos and you look way back like 5 months ago, you'll see a video killing Razorback in less than 2 minutes, killing Boomer, killing, uh, we won. So I'll describe the video of 2 minutes, and I'm talking 2 minutes of hitting the tarmac of the raid. Have you done the raid? Okay. Have you got the Razorback? Okay. So the last Razorback, you have 4 pressure plates, and you have to jump on them simultaneously within just a few seconds of each other. You got to bring them up, and then it energizes. It sends electrical bolt to Razorback. If if you don't, then he realizes something's wrong and he nukes you. No, this is a big contraption that looks like a giant. Well, it's its own contraption. It's a whole block. It Yeah, it's some kind of military equipment that is a block big. It takes up a whole block inside the Ronald Reagan Airport. And anyway, you have 4 guys that have to get on the generators, and you have 4 guys that's kind of keeping the ads off of them. So I'm on ads 4, which is kind of the overwatch position. And Dolly says, okay, you take care of ads, and when I tell you, I will say bear, and at that point, you pulse and knock all these drones out of the air. So I'm ready to hit my pulse. I'm sitting there shooting. All of a sudden, I see in the bottom of my screen 2 people go down. I thought, that's kind of weird. And he was like, oh, I forgot to say drones. And I looked up, and there's drones everywhere. So I start shooting at drones at this point. They get back up, and they still one-shotted Boomer. And then we run down. We killed the computers. Game over. Less than 2 minutes. There wasn't even a Chunga come out. See, every 2 minutes there's a Chunga that comes out, and he tries to hit the nuclear button. And then once you get the Razorback down that 50% damage, then 2 Chungas at a time come out. Well, we didn't have to worry about the first Chunga ever coming out. He never even got to come out. We were done and picking up the spoils. You can go back 4 or 5 months on my videos and see that video. And so you got to see it from my perspective, and like I say, I'm hardly doing it. I'm clearing up a few ads, then I start drawing the drones. So once you shoot the drones go to whoever's shooting them. So I pull the drones off the guys off that are worrying about the Razorback long enough that they can one-shot Razorback, and by the time I get down on my platform, everything's dead. I'm still shooting drones, and we're already on computers, which is like 20 minutes. Now it would take 20 minutes an hour to get to that stage. So it's very neat how it's changed. But I would say TU7 was the sweet spot of the game. Then when year 1 was done, and then they revamped the system, basically it was a slap in the face for everybody who played the first year, because all our gear once we went to go to New York, everything we had before was useless, and even our legendary gear. I mean, our exotics weren't any good because they wouldn't let us upgrade them. We couldn't upgrade them yet, so we had Eagle Bears that we couldn't even use. Me and Strokee, I had 2 Eagle Bears. She had 1. We couldn't even use them. They were 30 level. They were pop guns. Foam and fire. But here's what's always happened, and now that we have almost 18 months of playing Division Two, here's the pattern. The stuff that's new is OP, and they start nerfing it right before they get new stuff. Now we're having new stuff come in with the tower. They've just said there's going to be an exotic we get to um, basically craft. So you're probably going to get like a piece of floor, 50 floors, and you're going to have to complete all 50 floors to get all. That's just guessing on my part. We'll know a little bit more maybe next Wednesday, but we've been hearing that for a few weeks. Oh, we'll tell you next Wednesday. Yeah. So right now, the skyscraper is the make it or break it for the people that aren't me. People like me, and you know the vibes, Kamikaze Von Doom. Us guys are going to be playing this game till the end, till they literally say we're shutting down the servers. That's just how it is. Uh, well, okay. I'll probably come back and see. Yes, and it will. Either that. That's what they said, but you got to remember the new consoles are coming out this Christmas. You don't think Ubisoft is putting a fire underneath Massive and say, "We need something for you for the new consoles. We need if nothing else, they're going to have a remastered Division One. That's what I see. I see them remaster. I see them remaster Div One because they have not abandoned Div One yet. Yeah, so exactly. Exactly, and they can up, they cut. I didn't say that I wanted Div One remastered. I'm just saying how companies work. That's my guess. I wouldn't be surprised when Christmas comes around that they remastered Div One for the new generation consoles. Then they'll remaster Div Two for the console, and by that time, we'll have Div 2, Div 1, remastered. They get a little extra money for a little bit more work to tweak it for the new system. And by that time, then they'll have Div 3 ready to go. I do believe that they're working on Div 3. They started working on Div 2 2 months after 2 months before the release of Div 1, they were already working on Div 2. It okay. Hold up. You don't make this game overnight. The you ought. I will put a package together of some of the videos that I found, and I'll put them on my server for you guys and to see the sound. How the sound in this game is beyond amazing. And until I watched the videos, I didn't realize what was really taking part in the game. Go to the ivory tunnel and start firing before you get in the tunnel and chase somebody in the tunnel, but just be real mindful of what you're hearing the next time you do it. And you'll hear the echoes as you start to go down the tunnel. And if you go to left or right of the tunnel or right down the middle of the tunnel, there's totally different sounds on which side of the tunnel you're on, where the fighting's coming, how it's echoing. It's amazing how realistic and how much thought they put in sound. Now, I watched the video on that. Now, how they got the sounds of the desolated city, the city that's basically like the dark zone, they went to Chernobyl of all places, and they recorded this dead city and the squeaks and the whines, and the animals, and the lack of people being in this structure. And then they would throw a rock or they would make something fall down. Right, and there's some documentaries on the development of Div 2 and especially the sound, and those are really really awesome. Now, my theory of some of the problems they're having is I don't believe it's programming errors. I believe it's a Snowdrop error because Snowdrop is the same engine that they used to make Div 1. It's what made Massive a studio. They developed Snowdrop. So to say their Snowdrop engine has flaws in it would be saying that Massive's main baby has flaws in it. Now, here's my prediction. When they come out with Avatar, if they have some of the same problems getting caught on scenery and can't know it's Snowdrop, there's no doubt at that point. Yes, yes. You're talking about something totally different. Huh? Artificial. I'm still I'm still not up on that. That's not my area of expertise. I'd have to learn more on you. And having these four characters, I am about. Hey, Ping. Here's one of the problems. Here's one of the problems. The first build you should be building on is a really good skill build, because with skill builds you can run legendary. With legendary you can run great gear. Meaning, like today, I got 3 perfect mods, only 3 in 2 runs through legendary. But if you do that a few weeks, yeah, if you do that a few weeks, you're going to have a full set of, 12% crit damage, 10% crit chance. You're going to have all the mods at the max point. And that's one of the hardest things to get. And you're going to get gear along the way that is maxed out. God roll, triple god roll, double god roll. And so the first key thing you should have is a skill damage build and know how to use it. And then get with a good group, get with me and strokee, a few others, that can run you through, not just carry you through, because there's really no carries on legendary. There are people that get carried through, but it really just makes it hard for the other people. Everybody needs to do the role. The next thing you need to do, is farm your green sets. So every time you get green sets, then once you do your legendary, you got some good reds together to get a DPS together and a good heal build together. Those are your three cores right there. Then you can start branching out. Then you can start experimenting. Then you can start doing. I get so many people. We got one of our members in the clan. I won't mention the name. That loves running the Matador Intimidate and then runs straight at people. Well, that's what my build does, he says. I got to get my bonus, I got to get, within 10 meters. That doesn't mean you got 10 meters laying on the ground does you no good. You can be within 10 meters of somebody and still be in cover. You can still be in 10 meters and still use your skills. There's other ways to do that. You just can't look at one thing and say, oh, that means I got a face tank. No, face tank usually means you're dead. Right. Crit chance. So so you understand the math. You under Okay. So the difference between 30% and 60% is twice as many times you're going to crit. So that means 70% of your shots that you hit are going to are not going to crit. So all that crit damage is useless if you're not critting. So if you're going to commit to crit chance and crit damage, you have to be able to get your crit as high as you can, which is 60% is the max because it says. So when I get on here and say, what do you want to do? This is when you say, I need to find that one piece Seska. I need to find, and that we go, okay, let's go farm for Seska. What do you mean? You haven't even finished the game. Uh, okay. Okay, so where are you seeing this at? Let me kind of, because it's been so long. So at your progression. Mine says mom only at 90%, and I've done like everything. So that's most likely that's because if you notice, if you run around New York, if you ran around in New York in the last 2 days, you'll notice that there's things that say skyscraper mode. It's probably because they implemented 10% of the game that isn't loaded. They preload a lot of stuff. So when it comes out, the skyscraper comes out, a lot of the stuff isn't done. Plus, it's the, yeah, yeah, 31, 31 of 33. Yeah, I'm just telling you that's probably something to coming up with. Don't worry about it. If you're at that point, yeah, no, it's probably something that they're adding. They're adding a 10% more mission. So that's telling you basically one or two missions are adding here in this new update, which is probably have to do with the new gear sets or something like that. So, and I just wish Massive would be a little less secretive than they are because it would help their game knowing that they were working on it more than it would be than, oh, that's a big surprise. Now, knowing that who was the traitor and that we were going to kill Keener, yeah, I was I kept saying that the traitor was going to be uh, Kelso because she always kind of rolling her eyes and she's been a mean character. I did suspect that somebody we knew was going to be a traitor, and I thought it was going to be Kelso. And I still have not completely given up on Kelso being the good person yet. In fact, the only one I think now that might not turn is Rhodes. I think the whole group in New York is bad. Or the bottom line is at the end, because we do in the dark zone, we're going to find out that we are on the wrong side, that the computer is bad, that it's Space Odyssey 2010 and it's HAL, and the computer's bad. The computer's the problem. So who knows? But yeah, don't get wrapped around when you get on here and you see little things like that. It says you haven't completed the game and yet you don't know what to complete. That's just something they're going to work on in the future, and that's a good thing when somebody says they're not working on the game. When they say they're not working on the game, right? Um, here you go. I'll tell you what's real neat about that achievement. My grandson played, and you can watch the video. It's because I was letting him stream, and I was so he's too young to have his own account, so I let him stream on my account, and it's called Three Generations of Buyers is on Division 2. And when he's going in to save the White House at the very beginning of the game, he slid across two cars and got that achievement like first thing. Like right off the bat, he gets an Xbox achievement. And he didn't even know that he was doing that. And by the time he ended up with the intro done, he had 3 Xbox achievements. I'm like, how'd you do that? can't break 300 on what? I'm going to have to work a lot on this. BDSU gloves are good for like raids and stuff where you're resetting everybody. Hey, hey, Payne, I assume you're talking to your wife. Can you like crank your mic up so we don't have to hear your kids' conversation? Because I think you're talking to me, and I'm like, I'm not wearing a skirt, man. My kilt's in the closet. Well, social distancing stuff. I don't know how that works in a casino, but good, good luck with that. Yeah, but if you go, so how I always dealt with Vegas is if I would go in the casino, the money that I had in my pocket, I already considered that I lost it before I walked in there. So if I walked out with anything, so if I went to like, if I walked out with anything, I was happy. If I walked out with a big stomach and a comp meal and all that, then it was successful. You know, at 5 6 hours later, I played a bunch of tables, and then it was successful. It was a successful entertainment. If you go in there thinking that you have to walk out with X amount of profit, man, you're hurt. You're hurting yourself right at the beginning because the odds are stacked up against you. Now there are ways to improve your odds if you can count cards. And I got a pretty good memory, or used to. I'm 55 now, so it might not be as good. Put it this way: it's not illegal. It's not illegal. It's not illegal. It will get you kicked out of that thing if they even suspect you. I put $160 on one hand. $160. It's nothing. It was everything I had in Atlantic City. But I sit there and watch the table for almost a half hour. And then at a certain point, I sit down through $160. All of a sudden, the pit boss, which is watching over $8, 8 tables, comes down and sits right in front of me. I hit blackjack on the first bet, and then I hit again because the dealer was losing everything. The count was bad, and so I let it ride again, and I hit. He busted, so I went 2.5 times my money, so I ended up with like $420, and then $420 became $800. So I was either walking out with zero, I walked out with 800. And and at that point, they shuffled the deck, and they changed dealers, and I scooped up my money and left. What they didn't realize is what what they didn't realize is I wasn't counting tables. I just seen that the cards had turned, and I knew the count was somewhere in the positive favor of the against the table. That's all. Yeah, sometimes, and I'm not in your group. Yes, 6% versus 12%. doesn't make sense. You want to get your you want to get your crit chance from uh, your gear sets, which is 10%, and then if you're running SMGs, an SMG build is a lot easier to get there because your SMG gun almost always carries 21% crit chance. So what the best way to really have somebody really critique your build other than getting on your account and literally rearranging it for you is learn to stream. It's not hard. You know, you put it up there, you stream up there and say, hey, check me out on Twitch. You know, go live on YouTube and just like right now, I can go through my inventory and you go, hey, what's that piece of equipment you got there? Why you got that? That looks like junk. That looks like rainbow. Like if you look at right now, my point man that's on the screen is, you know, it's literally 3 colors. Well, just it's there for perfect Vanguard, nothing more. You know, it's there as a gimmick to give everybody in the group 100 million armor. Okay, so why would you want to use only 6% crit chance? Okay, when you could have 12% crit damage. Remember, your crit chance only gives you the percentage of how much you, because your damage is where you're doing the damage at. Now, again, to me, I'm a sniper. I don't like crit damage or crit chance. And I've had a lot of arguments with these people that just, I'm a headshot because I make headshots every time or I miss. Most of the time, my headshots are up. If you look at my percentage on when I'm doing sniper, it's 60, 70, 80%. That's better than the best. Okay, so if you're a crit chance guy, the best you can hit is 60% of your shots. Even if you hit 100%, it's only going to let you crit 60% of the time. That's not counting the times you miss, because every time you miss, that's a guaranteed you don't crit damage. When I headshot, I'm going to headshot every time I hit the head. So if you're bad at headshot damage, if right, either that or you have to be a copycatter and just say, okay, the meta must be the right build, and the meta is not always the best build. The meta is just the most popular build. It's not the best build because the best damage gun in the game has always and probably always will be the Nemesis. There's no other gun that can rip your head off. Still, at 40 million, it still rips your damn head off. It just don't one-shot boomer no more. Providence is awesome. So one of the things that you should have in your inventory is a maxed out Providence in every slot. Eventually, that way you can have. Now then, when you really get into it, when it comes to your backpack and your chest. Okay, thanks. I'm going to call it a night.